brilliant Sammy Baugh, though 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the debacle of a game between the Washington Redskins football team and the Seattle Seahawks. And more importantly, or even a bigger debacle, Haskins
Dwayne Gates.
Dwayne Gate 20. This is Much More Live with Aaron and John.
Cut!
Welcome, everybody. Harry Hog Football episode number 510, in which we talk about the game against the Seahawks, which John's theory was we threw on purpose. Well, not on purpose, but we weren't focusing on it. And second, the actions of Child Man. Child.
Of the child, our number one draft pick, a child.
A child. Dwayne Haskins.
I'm sorry. Cut, man! Double super cut!
First, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about all the events of the weekend, starting with the game, and then we'll talk about the debacle that happened after the game with Dwayne.
Haskins sucked in the game, too.
What was that? Dwayne and his brood. I have no idea where my phone is. So it's not me. I think I left my phone downstairs. Anyway. All right, let's talk about the game. Another slow start for the football team.
Once again,
Seattle get off to a 13-0 lead before we put up 3 right at the end of the half. How many times this year have we started down in double digits?
Almost every game. Almost every game. We have to go through like a learning process in every game because the guys aren't like ready to play or something. I don't know.
It's like they have to warm up like a diesel truck. I mean, if we could play like we do in like the fourth quarter and the third quarter, the entire game, like we'd be winning. Yeah. We wouldn't be 6-8. We'd be probably
8-6.
8-6. We'd have already wrapped up this division.
Yeah, we'd be all wrapped up and ready to go. Have it all like wrapped up with a bow on top of it. Right in time for Christmas.
Shanny's Glass Eye says, has any team ever gone through a season without scoring on the first drive? Have we not scored on the first drive? I haven't looked that up. That's insane. Not even a field goal?
Yep. That I don't know. But yeah, I've heard the same stat, so maybe not.
Dude, we need to change that this weekend. I'm tired of all this nickel and dime stuff. We need to just go in and win the game and be done with it. We don't want to be backing in, especially in this crappy division. Beat the Panthers, let the Giants get beat by the Ravens, and just win it this week. I want to be sitting around the last week of the year with the Eagles, like, resting our dudes.
Yeah.
Resting them.
Yeah. Now, in the past few years, if we got to a point like this, and we rarely did, we'd be in Club J, and we'd be like, oh, well, we got to win this game to if we win, we clinch, and we'd lose like the last 2 games of the year. So now we've got Riverboat Ron.
We also have so many obstacles thanks to the child.
And so, we may not know exactly how bad we can be, like COVID testing we can be. Like, did he meet with the other quarterbacks?
There's so much to dive into with that Dwayne Gate. But first thing, I want to talk about the game first because he pretty much disgusts me with how childish. Just childish is the only word I have for it. Immature, childish. Selfish actions.
He's like a kid. He's like a little like the father yelling at the kid. What did you do? Why'd you do that? The kid's like, I don't know.
Get in the house.
Get in the house. Tell me what I did.
Tell me what I did. Dwayne Haskins. Tell me what I did. Tell me what
Slam.
But tell me what I did. He just doesn't understand what he did. Apparently he apologized. I don't want to get into it yet. Let's talk about the game. So we started off slowly.
But we digress. Let's go back to the game for the third time.
Started off very, very slowly. Let's talk about offense first. Dwayne Haskins didn't really look like he took a step forward from the week before or last season or
He really didn't.
the first 4 games. He was inaccurate. He was holding the ball too long. He was taking sacks even though he was rolling towards the pressure when he could have easily thrown them down the field.
Just throw the ball for an incomplete pass.
He threw 2
It's
bad
okay to do that.
interceptions.
He threw 2 bad interceptions, like stupid interceptions.
I mean, for a while, when I went back and looked at the highlights, for a while during the first initial playing of the game when I was watching it live or 30-second delay or whatever I have, I thought, oh, well, Dwayne is shaping up here in the second half a little bit. No, I rewatched it, dude. They were all in prevent at that point. They were in prevent.
Yeah, exactly.
That was garbage time for them, and until Daron Payne got that interception and they had to crank down
Off that sweet Montez sweat swat.
Montez Sweat has a way of slapping some balls out of the air. That's all.
Dude, you got to
say.
watch out around Montez Sweat. I tell you what.
You just can't have balls hanging out there because he'll just slap.
He'll
those
just whack
things.
them. He'll just
his balls are
slapping them
flying
down.
around. He's just slap. Not in my house.
He's the ball slapper.
The ball swatter.
The ball
He
swatter.
plays, as the injury specialist says, he plays whack-a-ball. Anyway,
yeah, I mean, we had that great play in there. We got those 2 touchdowns, and one was because of the defense there.
oh yeah, let's talk about what happened after. All right, J.D. McKissick. He had both. No, Barber had one and McKissick had one. Is that correct? Am I thinking about that correctly?
Barber had one what?
Touchdown. Yes.
I think that's how it yeah, I think that's the way it worked.
And McKissick had the other one receiving. Okay, that's what it was.
Receiving one, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about rushing first. Again, we only rushed, if you don't include the quarterback, we only rushed 17 times in this game, dudes. Let me put the stat up on the screen. We only rushed 17 times. Here it is over on the right. J.D. McKissick, 13 for 51 is not bad. So why didn't we rush more? I don't know.
We
Peyton
did rush
Barber-
more. We rushed more with Peyton Barber.
Peyton Barber for 4 more times.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but 17 times, that's not... I mean, we passed the ball almost 60 times, I believe. 55 times.
I think half of those went to Logan Thomas.
Yeah, half of the caught ones did. I mean, they're all mostly little dumps, but he did start going down the field some. What's his face? Our 17, my dog McLaurin, he pulled down some 50-50 balls that were pretty nice. He had some great catches as usual, and he had a strong game. Somehow,
Art Monk day.
It didn't seem like it though watching him, right? It wasn't like, well, he's tearing it up today. But
I thought it kind of did though. I thought it kind of did because he has been very quiet in the last 2 games, and he had the fumble.
Yeah.
And so in this last game he had a couple like really, really nice winning the ball receptions. And
he had 7 for 77.
Yeah, I was just like, man, he's having a pretty good game.
He had a good game. Logan Thomas had another monster game. This dude, as much as we cut on him at the beginning of the year, he's turning into a solid number 1 tight end, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got to be top 5 if you're into fantasy football. He's got to be a top 5 on there.
The dude's only going to be better next year. I'm excited. He's pretty young, right?
He is, and it's really good to have a guy around that can be your emergency quarterback if you get to that point. If you're in a Alex Smith, Haskins, Allen situation that we're in right now, Steven Montez, Taylor Heineke.
We don't know who's going to quarterback us this weekend, but we'll get to
We have no idea.
That's part 2. That's second half of this special early edition Christmas week podcast. I don't want to get into it yet because it makes me too angry. Let's continue talking about the game. The defense looked really suspect against the run, especially early in the game, and which, rewatching that game, it makes me very concerned if the Panthers are going to have McCaffrey back for this week.
That's a big one because the Seahawks got Carson back. He had been out for a few weeks, and they got him back, and he is a rather good running back himself. And their offense was able to just churn those yards out, and they were just blowing our guys down like a bunch of wind.
Dude, they had 181 yards on the ground.
That's a lot.
Now the flip side of that is they only had 120 passing. But if you have 181 yards on the ground, you don't lose too many games, in my opinion, because you're also churning clock. You're churning clock.
Oh yeah.
And Carson's 15 for 63. Carlos Hyde had 2 for 55. He had that one that he broke away. And then Russell Wilson.
Carlos Hyde was even on that team.
Remember Russell Wilson broke that super long one where you're like, where's the entire defense?
Yeah. He just kept on going. You're just like, well, Foster had a catch.
Real quick on the rushing thing in McCaffrey. I read that Christian McCaffrey, if he plays this weekend, it depends on if he practices early in the week, and they're hopeful that he'll practice tomorrow. I'm hopeful that he does not.
I'm hopeful he does not get in that game because if he shows up, game over. Our defense is going to get run over. And if we have Haskins in at quarterback, we're just going to suck. We're going to suck. And dude, Dustin Hopkins, man. We need to talk about that missed extra point. That really, really cost us in this game. Like we keep talking about the one game that we ended up going for 2 points at the end, and instead of tying it and going to overtime and taking our chances there. This one, that 2 point, he missed that extra point, and then we went for a 2-point conversion, which we didn't get. That's 3 points right there. So at the end of the game, instead of being down by 7, we would have been down by 3. And we could have kicked a field goal to tie the game. And instead, we went down by 7 because of Dustin Hopkins.
And we were in field goal range at the end.
And it's not like this happened. I mean, this isn't the first extra point he's missed this year.
They said he's missed one in 9 out of 14 games. He's missed a kick in 9 out of 14 games. I heard that on the Zabe show yesterday.
Between the field goals and extra points, yeah.
I mean,
he's missed 2 extra points. That was the second one.
Where's kicking? Do I have this? Kicking. Talk amongst yourself. There, I found it. Dustin Hopkins.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I can pull it up on the screen, I believe. Here we go. Let's see. His field goal percentage is only 76%, dude.
That's really low, even for having, extra points move back to being a 37-yard field goal equivalent. That's really, really low.
He's missed 2 extra points.
Yeah, 2 extra points.
2 of 4 from 50, 10 of 14 from 40 to 49, 7 of 8 from 30 to 39. The only thing that he's 4 out of 4 on is under 30 yards. That's
7 missed field goals, 2 extra points that he's missed. Yeah. That's really bad. I mean, his lowest was actually 4 years ago. It was 81% over 16 games. And last year it was 83.3. And this year he's 76.7. And we only have 2 games left. Mm-hmm. So, you know what? We need to that's another thing we need to invest in and look into in the future. We need a kicker.
He didn't miss any against Seattle. He didn't miss any against Dallas. Notice we won those games. I'm just pointing this out.
Not Seattle.
I mean, he didn't miss any against San Francisco. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me roll down this. He didn't miss any against San Francisco or Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Or Dallas. Games that we won. Cincinnati, he missed 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, 76%, dude.
That's bad. That's rather low.
You would think someone that was in a professional would be predicted expected to do their job more than 75% of the time. What if you went to work, John, and you only showed up at work like 3.5 days a week or whatever the math is on that? I mean, what if you did that? You're like, yeah, every week. John is never here on Wednesday afternoons or Thursdays.
Yep.
Sorry about
that'd be
that.
awesome.
That was my announcement from you know who. A shipment will arrive today. Stop it, man. Okay. Anyway, sorry, that lost my train of thought. Yeah, if you went to work only 75% of the time, anyone else in this country did their job 75% of the time, except for some millennials, you would lose your job.
Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Josh is only around on days that doesn't end in Y. In his defense today, he was slated to come on, and I was like, we need to move it earlier because I've only slept a combined like 8 hours over the last 3 days. I'm like out of it. Just can't sleep. Probably because my team keeps doing stuff like this that we're gonna get.
Not your team, your quarterback. That's my quarterback.
Anyway.
That's my quarterback.
All right, dude.
That's a bad imitation.
Let's go back. All right, so we've talked enough about Dustin, correct?
Yes. Cut! Continue. Cut!
You are a loser, sir.
Cut!
I love you guys, man.
Shanny's glass eye melatonin. Yeah, dude, I take it every night.
Yeah.
I think tonight I'm going to resort to Benadryl. Benadryl will knock you out.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, let me wake up here. Let's do this. Okay. What else? Where else do we want to go in talking about the game? Any bright spots you want to discuss?
The Seahawks are really head and shoulders above what we want our team to become, but I think we're doing better. We can still win this division. We can win it by winning this weekend.
It's in our hands, dude. Our fate.
It's in our hands, and this is not
fate.
Club J. So let's see.
Our fate is in our hands. We got a coach that's going to motivate people. We've got some young players that want to win. Not Haskins. I'm looking at you,
not
Chase
Haskins.
I hear like a kazoo in the background. Hey, I'm podcasting in here.
I was like, it's not at my house.
Hey, chill on the kazoo. I'm in here podcasting. It's like they're in there going dun, 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 Okay. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think this team is a really good team. They're going to the playoffs, and if you look on the bright side, we did pull within 5 points of them and had a chance to win the game at the end on national television if our second string
child quarterback, immature child quarterback captain. What the captain is that?
That captaincy needs to be stripped immediately.
I don't think he'll have it if by some miraculous reason he ends up on our team again next year.
Oh, dude,
I don't think he will get his captaincy renewed.
Unless Alex Smith can't go. I don't even.
Taylor Heineke. He started NFL games. Put him in.
I don't want to see Haskins dressed the rest of the season. If
I don't think anyone does. And I mean, if you're hanging out with strippers, even after a loss, whatever, do your thing. But I mean, you got yourself and other people possibly in serious jeopardy of missing the game because you didn't follow COVID restrictions. And we know, Denver Broncos, that you can go into a game with a guy, a wide receiver from your practice squad dressed as your quarterback. And we remember the results from that. That was a terrible game.
Are we going to discuss this now? Are we done with this game?
We're done with this game.
We didn't give games and kicks
Let's
yet.
get
We
into
can't.
it, man. Dwayne Gate.
We can't.
Dwayne Gate.
Can't. Games and kicks and injury report. So I don't know if Sean N has the injury report. It's not out yet, right?
It's not out until tomorrow.
All right, we'll talk about injuries in a minute. And the O-line report. Oh, he has a report, dude. All right, well, make sure your mic's not feeding back and come into the room, dude. We'll go with the injury report. All right, ready? Here comes the injury.
Yeah.
And now the injury report with Sean N, the injury specialist.
Sean.
What's up, dudes?
Hey, he's there. What's up, dude?
There he is.
How's it going? It's almost like we know what we're doing for once.
It is going. All right,
What-
so I pulled some stuff from different sites. Per ESPN.com, Alex Smith is CBS. Alex Smith is considered day-to-day. They are hopeful he can start on Sunday against the Panthers.
Yay!
Antonio,
We need him to.
He better.
Antonio Gibson is questionable. Cole Holcomb is questionable. Kevin Pierre-Louis, linebacker, is questionable. And then as of the 21st, Sean Dion Hamilton, linebacker, is on injured reserve.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that Cole Holcomb thing was a concussion, right? So I don't know. Hopefully he's back. Because our linebackers, that's another thing. Like, what's the old dude's name that came over with the Panthers? That guy.
Davis?
He might as well just stand in there like one of those bumper pool guys. You know what I mean? like if you're playing bumper pool, you know those things that are in the middle of the pool table? That's what he looked like in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, is that all right? So that's the report. What's the COVID situation? Anything about that? Did you hear anything on that?
No, there's no COVID information.
No COVID information. All right, dude. Sean N, the injury specialist, thanks for the report.
Dun-dun.
And we'll talk to you later.
Yeah,
That was Sean N with the injury report.
we signed with Sean Dion Hamilton going on injured reserve. We signed Michael Kendricks, a linebacker off of Seattle's practice squad.
Yes. Who used to play for the Eagles, don't forget. I remember
He did
him.
play for the Eagles and the Browns.
The Browns.
Browns.
So is Shanny's glass eye asking us for an O-line report, or does he say he has an O-line report? And something Sean N didn't mention, what about Moses? Because when David Sharp came in there...
David Sharp, really.
Oh, he wants us to talk about it. Oh, yeah, let's talk about David Sharp.
Yeah.
He didn't look so. Let's just say that.
Yeah, really.
David, not so sharp in there.
Not so sharp.
And when I was talking to you on the game, during the game, you were like, this really shows how important Moses is to this O-line. And is that orange juice? Dang, I need some orange juice.
Well, some of it's orange juice.
Some of it's
It looks like you can
juice.
see through it on the green screen.
FedEx Field juice.
Some of it's FedEx Field juice.
Man, I could use some orange juice right now. I don't even drink orange juice very much. No
Goes
one's
well
found-
with vodka.
So the injury specialist tells us, I haven't found anything on Moses. That's weird. It's so weird that
Well-
we haven't heard anything about him, and that injury was so big to us. I guess he's going to be all right. We hope. We need him. We need all hands on deck except for Haskins.
Yeah, really.
His hands need to be on something else.
His hands need to be on that big old butt in that picture he was caught in.
We're not talking about that yet. We have to do our games and kicks first. I've already
Right.
told you.
Oh yeah.
So you want
We
go
got to
into-
talk about next week's game.
anything else on the O-line
Next
report?
week's
Yes.
game.
I've got another O-line report thing.
Uh-oh.
First, Brandon Scherf made the Pro Bowl.
Brandon Scherf did make as a starter
And the
in
Predator,
the virtual Pro Bowl.
the Predator in his first season made the Pro Bowl. I don't
As
know
a
why
backup.
Tress Way didn't.
As a
but
rookie.
when I heard who made it, I was like, what about Tress Way?
Oh yeah. What about Tressway?
He's our MVP.
It's weak.
So
Yeah, they kind of trot the punter out to different punters, like all the good ones get it like once a year.
I actually didn't even know there was going to be a Pro Bowl this year because I usually go vote about 5 or 6 or 10 times one day when I'm just have nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do it this year. I had no idea we even had that was a thing until they were like, and Chase Young and Brandon Scherf make the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Here's another thing that I wanted to bring up. Can we go
Yes.
1 week? I think someone actually brought this up in Discord during the game. Can we go 1 week where someone on our defensive line does not jump off sides?
Jeez Louise, seriously, guys. What's he induced?
He's never induced. He just does it.
But was he induced?
No!
Oh yeah,
What was
injury
he
report is
induced?
bringing up. He's like my little, like the Gazoo guy, reminding me of what to talk about. Let's talk about that play, which I loved. Seeing big man Deron Payne coming down with a pick after the sweat ball swat. Did we already talk about this?
We did.
Yeah, swatting sweat. See, that's how tired I am. I'm like, wait, did we just talk about this?
Swatting. No, yeah, we already talked about swatting sweat.
Hi, Henry.
All right, the next game coming. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that at the end.
Henry's in here.
Henri.
I can't
Maybe
hold
he's
you up.
friends with Kevin Pierre Louis.
There's a reason why Henry's in here. Henry is asking me to take Henry, you know where. See?
Outside.
Henry, go see
I need to go outside or I'm
Go see
gonna
the
pee
girls.
in the house.
Go see the girls. I'm busy. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait. All right, lay down right there. Lay down. Lay down. She's leaving. I told her to lay down, and she's like,
She's going right into the hallway to pee.
probably. It's like, oh, she's laying down over there off screen.
Oh, nice.
Okay. What was I talking about?
Game balls and kicking balls.
Oh, yeah, let's just go ahead into that. Oh, I was talking
Yeah.
about that Deron Payne.
Oh yeah, again.
I mean, well, let's just.
And now, the coveted and ever elusive Game Ball Award.
Game Ball Award is brought to you by Shanny's Glass Eye. If you need a glass eye, get the one that Shanny got from Shanny's Glass Eyes. Available on Discord or Twitter. Here we go. So my game ball, I'm going to go ahead and give mine. My
All right.
game ball is going to go to, I thought about this quite a bit, and it's very rare that I get to give a game ball for this reason. My game ball is going to go to none other than our defensive tackle, Deron Payne, for pulling in a pick, the big man.
Payne.
I love it when the fatties pull in a pick. And a miniature game ball for swatting it right to him. And I do think that was a huge play in the game as far as our chances of coming back, because Seattle was playing prevent up until that point, right? We had scored.
Yeah. Yep.
We'd scored 9 points, I believe, at that time, and then we picked it off, and then they started getting a little nervous. So that was a huge stand on defense. And Sweat just keeps batting balls, dude. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How many? Let me see. I'm looking at the
I think he batted 2.
passes defended. Don't they usually show it? Passes defended? I don't see it on this. Stat sheet I'm looking at.
Let me see. Kendall Fuller had 1. Deron Payne had 1, obviously. Montez Sweat had 1. That was it. So he only got to swat 1 ball.
That's it. Seemed like he had more, but anyway.
Casey Toohill had a half a tackle.
Okay. Way to go. Okay.
I don't think he's ever had a stat before.
I don't think you're gonna give this dude a game ball. And I go ahead and give yours so I don't take it if you are. But I wanted to give some accolades out to someone else that we've never probably done that for. Okay, go ahead.
Well, my game ball goes to Logan Thomas. He had a 100-yard game. Great day. He's gone from like hands of stone to hands of Dick's gloves, man. He's just like grabbing everything. And those throws to him were not really on target from Dwayne Haskins Jr. So
he's getting better every week. And just like
he is,
we said last week, this team actually feels like a real team now, despite what happens the rest of the year especially with Haskins trying to
Junior. We just need to call him Junior.
Junior. With Junior.
Haskins is now Junior.
Without Junior trying to mess everything up for us. Despite what happens, they've taken a step forward, even with all this COVID, and they've done a really good job of that so far. Have we had any cases since Ioannidis, who was already on IR, I think, at the time?
Yeah, we haven't had any cases on the actual team. It was just Ioannidis, and he was on injured reserve, so he wasn't around the other guys anyway.
So they've been disciplined with that, except for Junior, and
who's already gotten busted for this once.
We've got all.
Don't forget
the team
for not doing like COVID activities. He had booked a friend to stay in the team hotel, which you're not allowed to do.
Yeah, we got the team name stuff hanging over our heads, and all the ownership stuff that I don't even really want to get into because I'm sick of it. But anyway, even with all that, Ron Rivera was able to come in and make us look like an actual team that people probably don't really want to play if we make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's very possible if we win this division, we will play Seattle again.
Yeah. And
although they actually went into I think they're second because they're leading their division now.
Uh-huh.
That they may not become a wild card, so it may end up being like the Rams or Tampa Bay.
The Rams who got beat by the Jets, I might add.
What? Boy, the Jets blew that because of the tiebreaker, Jacksonville's got the number 1 pick. So that's where Sunshine's going to go. Grit.
Unless he refuses.
You go to Jacksonville. It's nice weather there.
Club J will woo him in.
Oh, yeah, he'll love playing for Club J.
Welcome to Club J.
Oh.
Yeah, la 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 cake.
Yeah, la 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 la.
Yeah, la 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 la. Yellow cake.
Yeah, la 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 la.
Yellow cake. Yellow cake. All right. I think that might have been the first time we busted into yellow cake this whole year.
It might have been. No, I'm sure we did another time.
Dwayne Haskins is
yellow cake.
Yellow
Junior.
cake.
Yellow cake.
Yellow.
Junior. Yellow cake.
Anyway. Yellow cake.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, the person that I wanted to give accolades to, I thought he had a great game. 8 tackles. Cameron Curl, dude, he is way above. He's way above Apke.
Oh, geez, Louise, absolutely. 7th round pick guy, man. 7th round pick.
That dude and Jeremy Reeves have been stepping it up. I'm impressed with what those guys have been able to do. And with all these young dudes developing, that's why next year, dude, I'm pretty pumped about next season.
Oh, dude, and we've got, I don't know the numbers right now, but we've got a lot of salary cap space next year.
We need a quarterback.
We need a quarterback. We need a kicker. We need a lot. We need a lot, but we'll push that back to the next podcast down the road, or a few podcasts down the road.
We'll have that after we're out.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that after we win the Super Bowl.
After we win the Super Bowl.
All right. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Cameron Curl, who I thought had a great game, and Khaleke Hudson, dude. He showed up. He had one big play. After I cut on him, he came back and had a great play.
On the very next play, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what that play was. I just remember like, whoa, I guess I cut on him too soon.
And then he was good like the rest of the game. I mean, another guy.
Looks like David Herzing got off work and came straight into the peanut gallery where he loves to hang out on evenings talking about the football team.
Tuesday evenings. Well, I guess, a bunch of evenings, because you can hang out in the Discord chat room at any time.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it now because, dude, that's where I get some of my news from these guys in the Discord chat now. Like,
yeah.
Like the whole Haskins Gate photo, I saw it in the Discord last night. I was like, what is this? What is that picture even of? We can't get to that yet, though. We need to talk about our kicks first.
Oh, yeah, do our kicks, yeah.
All right. Let's do it then.
It's time for this week's Kicking the Balls Award.
Kicking the Balls Award is brought to you by none other than, for the 10th season, Ridapoo.
Ridapoo.
If you have dirty septic needs, sludge building up in your pipes and tank, give Ridapoo a try. With only 2 applications, Ridapoo will rid the poo from your septic, giving you a clean septic tank experience.
Giving you a clean, fresh septic tank experience.
Your pipes will be clean.
Your pipes will be fresh.
With kind of a lemony Sprite scent mixed a little bit with That's Ridapoo, available at Ace Hardware and your favorite Taylor's Do It Hardware and other
doing it.
Local hardware, not big box stores. Not available in big box stores. Anyway, do you want to go first here on your?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My kick in the balls, I really wanted to give it to man, I really wanted to give it to one guy, but I've got to give it to Dustin Hopkins. He really cost us big time in this game.
He did. He could have gone for a field goal to tie.
Yeah, because he missed another kick. 9 kicks this year, including 2 extra points.
At least 1 in 9 out of 14 games.
Yeah.
He comes to work 75% of the time.
75% of the time. I used to work with a guy who was like that. He got fired.
And so will Hopkins.
So will Hopkins eventually.
Happens to every kicker.
Yeah, really.
1 or 2 times in their career. Rarely do they go out just retired. They usually just get cut, and then they're like, oh, okay, I'm not going to get another job. All right, well, then I'm going to give mine to Junior.
Junior.
You want to know why, or do I need to say it?
I know, right?
He holds the ball too long. He has no pocket presence. He throws bad interceptions. He makes bad decisions. He throws 1-yard passes.
He mopes around like a teenager when things aren't going well.
He doesn't read his defense. He mopes around like a teenager. You saw him moping off at the end of the game like a teenager, and Chase Young had to run over there and be like, come on, dude, serious.
Come on, dude.
You're being a wuss.
Act like a man. Let's go.
Let's go. We got a game to win next week. Let's do it. That was a funny. I saw that on Twitter. I think you favorited it or loved it or
I did because I saw that and I was like, man.
He's like, let's go, dude. We need like 52 more of those dudes on the squad.
Yeah. Well, we've got a good amount of them already, and I mean, Chase Young is a leader
of men. He's a man.
You know who is not a leader of men? Junior.
Speaking of, is this a good segue? Oh, we got to see what the Peanut Gallery wants to do as far as we can do this as a segue, but let's see who their games and kicks are going to. Let's see. David Herzing gives his to Hopkins. Shanny's Glass Eye kick to Hopkins. Sean N., the injury specialist, gives his to Haskins. Game balls from the Peanut Gallery. Shanny Logan, great one. I can't read all that from Sean in. It's too much. I think he's saying sweat.
Sweat. Gotta go on like a turbo vet.
Did we have any Schweitzer brothers news to report? Didn't one of the Schweitzer brothers get injured earlier in the game?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't remember seeing any of that. I just remember Moses going out and then Sharp coming in and I'm being not so.
Where was Cornelius Lucas?
He was on the left side.
Oh, I didn't even.
He's a left tackle.
He must have held up pretty well then, because I didn't really notice him that much.
Yeah.
But I noticed Sharp.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so did their defense.
Okay. Now, finally, I will allow you to open your Christmas present, which is the ability to talk about. Are you ready for this? Dun, dun, dun! Haskins Gate.
God!
Now, I couldn't find the picture that was submitted with this. I kept going back. I kept going back and forth on thinking that this was BR, which is
Dude,
HHF.
there's a butt in the picture.
Which is HHF for BS. But anyway, I saw this submitted last night in the Discord room. And I was like, what is that? I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, wait,
is that?
Is that a butt in the left-hand corner? And they were like, sure is. And I was like, because it's kind of a washed out photo and it was real small on my phone. I was like, are those tissues? Is that girl wiping? And they're like, no, that's money. And I'm like, wait, is she wiping with money? And then I was like, who's that dude? They're like, that's our quarterback. And I was like, oh. It kind of is. It is him. I mean, it's really grainy. Like, he probably could deny it. But he admitted to this being a real thing.
He did.
Now, the
Can
other
you imagine,
picture...
dude, can you imagine you're getting called into work and your boss is like Ron Rivera? Like a military kid, ex-linebacker. Big dude, someone who used to like just crush people all the time at work. And he's calling you in and it's like you're getting yelled at by your dad. That's got to be what it's like for Dwayne Haskins to be in that situation. Sorry, Junior, to be in that situation. He's just got to be like, I can't believe, like, I'm getting yelled at by. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, what is he doing?
Let's break down everything that's wrong with this. First of all, you just lost a game that would have been very important to getting us into the playoffs by something.
Yes.
Second of all, anytime I'm just a fan watching games, and anytime I watch a game that we lose, I don't feel like going out partying afterwards. I'm mad.
No. Yeah, me too.
So if I played on the team,
well, maybe Chase Young, when Chase Young ran up to him when he was running off the field, he was like, come on, dude, run off the field. Be a man about it running off here. And he was like, yeah, Chase, you're right. I mean, come
all right,
on.
So first there's the idea that you're partying after a loss. All right, let's mark that as point number one. Doesn't happen if you're a champion or a leader of men. Just doesn't happen. Secondly, it's COVID. You're partying after a game that you lost.
Is that maybe
without
she's holding a mask in her hand?
Without wearing masks. No, those are tissues for wiping the butt.
Right.
That look like dollar bills. That's the second thing.
Wait a minute, hold. Is it like the toilet tissue that's like shaped like it's supposed to be dollar bills? Is it like a roll of that and there's and someone's like you, most of it's probably been used. You can see there's some stuff that's like stuck there. So maybe that's like the end of the roll.
Good point that Shanny's Glass Eye points out. These type of establishments, I don't know how he knows this, but apparently these types of establishments are closed in the DMV, which means he had to go all the way to...
He had to go to Charlestown,
West Virginia.
Races and slots, which is like 40 minutes, 45 minutes from Ashburn, where most of these guys live. But dude, for all we know, that could be in his basement.
Yeah, we don't know where it is. Fifth, what are we on now? Fifth of all? Fifth of all? The young lady that he's got his arm around here has a wedding ring on. We can talk about that if you want to look at that. What else do we want to take out of this? There's a dollar falling past the lady's right ear. Do you see that? There's just money falling everywhere. Her right ear. Like right by her mouth, dude. Look at it. Unless that's a cell phone, it's a dollar falling. I think it's a dollar.
I think it's a cell phone. Like right up.
Oh, maybe
right
it is.
Up there next to her mouth, it's a cell phone, I think.
Oh, she's holding it on her ear? It doesn't look like she would have it balanced there. And notice Haskins' hand. Look where his hand is. I didn't even see this hand at first. His left hand is wiping that butt as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's wiping a butt.
Oh, look at that. And this isn't even the other picture that was from a hotel room with all those girls sitting around and the Haskins.
Can I turn this picture off now? I can't look at it.
Yeah, please. The picture in the hotel room of the 5 women, and they all have the Haskins jerseys, the shirt jerseys on to say number 7. I mean, I can't believe that Joe Theismann told him he could wear that number.
Yeah, that picture didn't bother me. I mean, he wasn't in it. That obviously was these ladies watching the game in a hotel room, waiting for him to lose so they could go party in West Virginia with that butt. That was on
with that butt. With that butt.
So, I mean, David Herzing, I've had this thought too. It could have been like in the basement of his house.
It could be.
With those ladies, but it's still.
Or it could be in a penthouse, a suite at a hotel.
I don't know where it was. That's why I was giving him the benefit of the doubt until he admitted it. He admitted today, if you guys didn't hear, he came out and apologized, I guess yesterday, right? To the team for doing this and admitted that it was real. Like, I would have been like, it's not real. And then be like, oh, it's fake. That picture was taken a long ago.
See, that's what I was saying about Ron Rivera earlier. Was that he went in there and Ron Rivera was like, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go out there and you're going to talk to those cameras and you're going to apologize for doing this. You're lucky I don't beat your butt.
But here's the thing. At least I'm hoping, because I'm not 100% sure of this. I'm hoping that he had the wherewithal, after being an idiot, to come forward and say that he did this before he had a meeting with the other quarterbacks. Otherwise, we're in the Broncos situation in a game that we need to win to go to the playoffs.
Yeah. Like,
if he was in
we
the
don't
room,
even know about this yet.
If he was in the room with our quarterbacks, it's going to be Logan Thomas, which I'd rather have than Haskins. But still, it's not going to look good. We're not going to have much of a chance. We won't have much of a chance not only to not win this game, but probably not the game against the Eagles either, who are getting better with Jalen Hurts.
Oh, hey, Jalen Hurts, has just definitely lit a spark there.
So we need to win this game.
Number one,
do
you think that Haskins is going to play this weekend?
He better not. We were already thinking that, and you theorized that they were kind of making sure Alex was 100% by keeping him out that game, that they didn't think we had a great chance to win.
I guess
they knew we had to win
2
one.
games.
They knew we had to win at least one out of the next 3, and I bet they were banking on not getting him injured in one that was going to be super difficult to win in order to have him fresh for this game against the Panthers and the Eagles.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they were thinking.
Maybe Dwayne Haskins knew that. Maybe Dwayne Haskins went out in a self-pity party because he knew he'd blew a shot at getting his job back from losing. Who knows?
In a blaze of glory.
The point is, that he's putting his team that he's supposed to be the captain of, and that captaincy better be stripped this weekend.
They won't, though. They won't do it until after the season, I guess. I bet you.
He's putting them in a horrible, horrible situation when all we should be focusing on is winning this game and wrapping up the division with a week left. That's what we should be talking about. And I'm pumped about the game. But now we have this cloud of what's going to happen hanging over it.
Dwayne Gate.
He needs to be cut. If Alex is okay, I say we hold him till the end of the year and cut him. I don't want to cut him now because it's possible if we cut him now and then we lose this weekend that Philly could pick him up just to get intel. We need to
That's true.
We need
That's
to just
very
hold him
true.
till the end of the year. Don't let him dress. Hold him and be done.
Well, there's no way the NFL is not going to suspend him for this weekend. There's no way. I don't think he's going to play because I think the NFL is going to suspend him for COVID violations.
Well, if that's the case, then we have to have Alex or we don't have a chance at the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Taylor Heineke.
No, dude, get serious. Alex has to go.
Yeah.
You know, if that Heineke dude comes in, we're not going to. What are these going to have? Like 3% of the playbook he's going to be able to run? And it would all be Haskins Jr.'s fault. Like this, I mean.
All of it. I mean, the NFL has to suspend him this weekend just because of COVID. So.
You are a loser, sir.
So, Aaron, like you were pontificating about earlier, hopefully he did not have any meetings or anything like that. I'm sure when he woke up Monday morning, probably with the hangover, he was just like, his phone was blowing up and he was like, oh no. And someone, did that clandestine picture. And so he was like, I gotta go talk to my boss. And then you saw what happened.
Harry Hogg should put Dwayne on trial. We don't have to. He admitted it.
He's guilty as charged. He admitted it. Yeah.
He admitted his guilt. Injury specialist over here is freaking out about hear me out Logan Thomas. You would rather go with Logan Thomas over these other guys Logan Thomas played quarterback in college.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows all the plays. Can he make the throws? I don't know.
And we might get Lamar Miller, the running back, playing this week because I mean Peyton Barber rushed 4 times for a total of 5 yards. We need someone that's better than Peyton Barber.
And Gibson might be back. I hope Gibson's back, and I hope Alex. If Alex and Gibson are back, I will have a stronger feeling, and my precarious predictions are going to reflect that today, that we will win, wrap it up, and be in the playoffs by the end of Christmas weekend. Oh, by the way, our game got flexed to 4 o'clock, according to you, John. Is that right?
Game got flexed to 4:05.
So I know who's not going to like that. Simon.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be a late game for him.
It's gonna be like when it's Monday Night Football for us, and it's about midnight when you go to bed.
Yeah, hopefully he's off work.
Yeah,
well, isn't London getting shut down? Didn't I hear something about that? Like completely.
I've heard about that. I mean, he's not in London, but yeah.
Oh, I thought he was in England.
Yeah, they're doing
England,
a lot
right?
of that out there.
Where is he? Do you know?
Wales, right?
Simon, are you in Wales? That'll take about 15 seconds to make that transmission over the pond. Yeah, we did mention the Kendrick signing. He used to be an Eagle.
Yeah.
I kind of remember him playing well against us too.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know if he got severely injured and
yeah, we talked about
kind of falling
Hendricks.
out of the league. A lot of guys are coming back, like Lamar Miller is coming back, and they're coming back on the practice squad. And that's a designation that they could not have before. And that's because of the COVID weirdness this year and everything. The rosters are allowed to be expanded. So Lamar Miller, people like that are getting work. Dez Bryant caught a touchdown for the Ravens. And they brought him in on the practice squad.
Dude, I hope Dez Bryant catches about 10 more of those this week against the Giants.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And then the
He
Cowboys
makes
are
their
playing the
offense
Eagles.
better.
Is that right? Is Cowboys playing the Eagles?
Yes.
So we
And
need
that's
the
actually
Eagles
why
to-
our game got flexed, because they want that game not to be on at the same time as our game.
So we need the Eagles to win, right? Or we want them to? I guess.
I guess.
Yeah, because the
I want them
Cowboys
to
are a
tie.
half game
I want
up
them to
on them.
tie.
Yeah, if they tie. No, but if they win, then that puts, and we win. Well, it doesn't matter. If we win, we're in. If we lose,
Right.
then we have to start talking about all this junk, and I don't want to do it. It makes me too nervous, and I won't have any fingernails left, and I probably won't
it's
sleep
like-
anymore.
It's like Club J. It's the worst of Club J at that point. Well, we're coming along in the game, and I decided, well, screw it. I'm going to throw the ball 60 times.
Club J. Oh my gosh.
You know who would have been a really good fit for Club J? Dwayne Haskins. And if rumors
But he
are
didn't
true,
like him. He didn't like him.
he didn't like him. He didn't want him.
Maybe he wants him now. Hey, dude, come on down. I didn't think you were as cool as you are. Come on down.
He said, I heard that he said Dwayne Haskins was going to get him fired. Like, drafted Dwayne Haskins was what was like the final nail in the coffin to get him fired.
Because he sucked?
Yeah, because he was just like, Dwayne Haskins, it's terrible.
He was right about something.
He was right about that.
Oh, that dude. Oh my god.
Well, don't forget, he also had to deal with Alan the Bruce.
You know who wanted to pick him though? The Danny. Do we need to go into this at all before we round this out?
You were right on. It was the Danny.
All I'm gonna say is that the Danny, apparently it came out, and this stuff is flying around because these minority owners want to sell their share of the team, and Danny
Amazon
wants to buy it, and then they probably really want to get Danny's share somehow or whatever.
Basically, they're trying to get him to sell. They're really trying to get him to sell and trying to get the NFL to pressure him to sell.
So it comes out that in 2009, the Danny paid some lady $1.6 million in a confidentiality agreement to shut up that he had sexual misconduct towards her on a flight back from the Country Music Awards in Vegas or something.
I know. The last thing I think about when I think of the Danny is that he's like
going to country music.
He's like, I love Florida country life.
Yeah, so anyway, him and some lady were flying back from the Country Music Awards, and apparently he did something inappropriate and paid her $1.6
million,
which is probably like, I don't know, $5,000 to me, something like that.
I mean, this is I mean, that's a sounds like it was a strong case of sexual misconduct. Man.
Anyway, I don't even want to get into that because I want to focus on us winning this game and having something good to talk about.
Sell the team. Sell
Despite
the team.
My point from earlier, despite all of this, we actually have a respectable looking team going into 2021, and I'm pretty pumped about it. And I like all the young guys on there, and I like where everything's going. And hopefully we'll get to the playoffs here, and maybe even once you're in there, you don't know what can happen, especially with COVID, dude. We could
never know.
We could get into the playoffs and be playing whoever is, favored to win it all, and all of a sudden 3 of their best players are out because of COVID, and then you don't know what's going to happen. Not that I want to win a Super Bowl with an asterisk, but I'll take it. Trust me, it's better than not winning the Super Bowl. Anyway, oh, look at the Shandy's glass eye. Next Monday, we win the division, and Snyder announces he's selling the team. Merry Christmas. That would be nice.
That would be nice. And Simon Kinsey said South Wales.
South Wales is where he's from. Okay. Anyway, is that it? Do we really want to talk about anything else, or we want to let people go and enjoy their Christmas with their family and then watch the Redskins go into the playoffs to round out the new year?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Chris J in the UK popped in the YouTube chat.
All right.
Typing to him right now. He needs to
Typing for him to come and join us in the Discord,
party is
on our
all in
Discord channel.
Party's all in Discord, dude.
Yeah,
Discord.
come on over to our Discord channel. Aaron, how do we get to the Discord channel?
I'm typing it. It's right there on the screen. 5YW5 YFT.
You can replay
link.
that if you want a visual or a.
It's
you know.
discord.gg/5YW5YFT, and that gets you an invite into our server where it's starting to grow a little bit. Dudes in there talking about basically about the football team.
Yep.
24/7 you can hit it up if you want.
It's anyway, a good time.
I think that pretty much rounds it up. Let me find the outro music. Oh man, you know what I forgot to do?
What?
I was gonna put the little Santa hat on the episode sign again this year, and I didn't
do it.
I'll do it next week when we're going to the playoffs.
Oh yeah, it'll be like our Christmas gift.
Maybe like superimpose some like confetti flying around the screen.
Superimposed.
But was he induced?
Anyway, want to give a shout out to everyone in the Discord server. Sean N, David Herzing, Shanny's Glass Eye, Simon Kinsey, Chris J in the UK. Let me see. Who else is in there? Did I miss anybody in there today? Probably, and they're going to be upset. Anyway, I hope you guys are pumped for the game, because I know I am.
4:05 Sunday. It has been changed.
I'm pumped for the game. Merry Christmas to everyone and happy holidays. We'll talk to you next week when we're playoff bound. We'll talk to you guys later. And as always, if you see a Cowboys fan this week,
you'll be able to joke them and say that you're not going to the playoffs. And cut!
Joker!
Joker!
Later, y'all.